For those of you that see the title of this video and start commenting on it without listening to anything I say, you will not only have your comment removed, you will be banned from my channel. No excuses. I have zero tolerance for that. You either listen to what I say and respond to my points, and do so respectfully, by the way, or you're going to be banned, period. That's all there is to it. No excuses. Now, on to the topic of this video, which is that in my view, and that's the key thing, in my view, Xbox fanboys, not Xbox fans or just people that like Xbox or prefer Xbox. No, Xbox fanboys and Xbots are the worst fanboys, at least in the gaming community on YouTube and on the internet in general. I say this from my own experience. Now, I know there's bad PlayStation fanboys. I know there's bad Nintendrones, and there's certainly those PC elitist fagtards. But in my experience, no one is as bad or more specifically as pathetic as these Xbox fanboys. Now, I'm going to get into my reasons for this. But before I do, I'm going to tell you that if you don't know, okay, I am not some PlayStation-only gamer. I owned an original Xbox for a couple of years, I think. And I owned an Xbox 360 for 6.5 years. The Xbox 360 was my preferred go-to multi-plat console. I preferred the controller, and yeah, I gamed my ass off on it. Okay, now I thought the PS3 offered better exclusives in the long term, but I loved the 360. I love Gears of War. Not a big Halo fan, but man, Gears was fucking awesome. And again, the controller on the 360 was great, and there were definitely multi-plats that had, you know, an advantage on 360 because it was easier to program for. I acknowledge all of that, okay? And like I said, I gamed my ass off on the 360. But this generation, to me, the choice was absolutely clear. It couldn't have been clearer that the PS4 isn't a little bit superior to the Xbox One. It's vastly superior, okay? And none of the advantages that the Xbox 360 had over the PS3 does the Xbox One have over the PS4. None, okay? And that's why I went first to the PS4 as my new, go-to console for this generation. Now, why do I say Xbox fanboys are the worst? Well, let's go through some examples that have happened over the last several months. I'm going to start with the most recent one, in that I posted a video. I'll put a link in the description if you haven't seen it. I've disabled comments for it because reading the comments on that video, with everyone that I was reading, from these Xbots, I was losing brain cells with each subsequent comment. So I just disabled comments on that video. But that video is contrasting the difference between upgrading the hard drive on the PS4 versus trying to upgrade the hard drive for the Xbox One. Now, the reason what motivated it is that I just recently upgraded my PS4's hard drive. I bought a 2 terabyte Seagate, Samsung, whatever it was, 2 terabyte. It's awesome. The installation was easy, seems to be working great. It was very simple, and I'm very happy with my purchase. Okay, I really have almost no complaints at all. Okay, as long as you follow the software installation instructions once you install it, it was pretty easy. But in the actual physical installation, took me less than 5 minutes. It was easy as hell. So then I found out that the Xbox One isn't easy as hell, and that's an understatement. The Xbox One's internal hard drive isn't designed for it to ever be removed. Okay? Now, I showed this video. I contrasted the two, and I took 2 videos of people doing it that were already here on YouTube, and the comments that I got from Xbox fanboys literally just made me bust out laughing. I mean, I cannot believe the damage control. Let me tell you, the only reasonable response to that video and what it should have been this, right? For an Xbox fan, okay? Yeah, I like Xbox One, I do, but I gotta say, man, that really sucks that Microsoft did it this way, man. They really dropped the ball. The installation on the Xbox 360 for a hard drive was so easy. Why did they do this with the Xbox One? That's the only reasonable response. And I got that from like 2 of you, but not from the majority of you. Nope. No, I got just damage control. Like, first of all, I got, you could use an external, and the USB 3.0 is faster than SATA anyway, which means faster load times, duh! Oh my God, man. And the best part of it is, You guys fucking know that if this situation were reversed and the Xbox One's internal hard drive was just easy to swap in and out and the PS4 had to have another box plugged in with a wire to one of the USB ports either sitting next to or on top of it, you guys would never let PlayStation fans hear the end of it. Never! You'd be gloating to the ends of the earth about that. But because it's on your side, you're like, no, who cares if you can't upgrade the internal hard drive? One of you even said that the Xbox 360 only had an external hard drive. Can I ask you a question? I don't remember who it was who said that. What color is the fucking sky in your world? No, it did not. The Xbox 360, first of all, had two different models with two kinds of different hard drives. The original model, which is the one I had for 6 years, had a hard drive that snapped right into place on top or on the side, depending upon how you put it. I always laid mine on its side. It snapped right in. It couldn't have been easier to install. It was so easy. There was no internal hard drive in addition to that. There was some internal memory for the OS and stuff. But that, and if you bought, let's say, the one that had the arcade model or whatever, they had like 512 megabytes, or now they have a 4 gig one, whatever. That's not a hard drive. That's just internal flash memory for save files and shit like that. The only hard drive that you could use on the Xbox 360 was technically an internal hard drive. But yes, it snapped on top. But there's no fucking wires. You weren't using your USB ports. Okay? And then the E model, no, the slim model, you did go inside. You popped off the side. It was very easy. You slid it in. I think there might have been one screw. I never did it myself with the because I never had the slim model 360. But point is, it was very easy. It was very easy to change out your hard drive on the Xbox 360. And it's all the more egregious in the fact that the Xbox One is already a bulky, big-ass fucking 1983 VCR looking thing. And now in addition to that, you've got to put an external drive either on top of it or next to it with a wire, using up one of your USB ports, and that's your fucking excuse? No word describes that better than pathetic. Pathetic! All you guys should be saying is, yeah, you're right, that sucks that Microsoft did that. That's the only reasonable response. But no, damage control. Now, let's go back to some other examples. I've talked about this before, but for new viewers, let's get into the nitty-gritty and go back. Assassin's Creed Unity comes out. It's a broken pile of shit on every platform, including the PC, the Xbox One, and the PS4. But in a Digital Foundry video, there were a few times that the Xbox One version was holding a slightly better shitty frame rate than the shitty frame rate on the PS4. Even though both versions were full of bugs and glitches and freezing and all kinds of stuff. And so what did Xbox fanboys do? A fucking victory dance, gloating all over the internet. Oh, we have the better version! Bragging that their piece of shit was better than the piece of shit on the PS4, and only by a tiny, tiny bit, I might add. I've never seen anything like this. Never. I was just face-palming reading people's comments, and I even watched a couple of videos actually being happy that the version was better. And the excuses that I heard as to why they were doing this was because, oh, well, PlayStation fanboys were bragging about no parity, that they wanted the both versions that, shouldn't be equal. The PS4 version should be the better version, blah, blah, blah. So let me get this straight. So two wrongs make a right? Is that how you were raised? My mom taught me better than that. Okay? You don't justify bad behavior by worse behavior. Okay, I agree. The no parity thing was stupid. I never jumped on board that train. So then because of that, you're going to be happy that a game that was completely fucked at launch was a tiny, tiny, tiny bit less fucked on your system? Like I said, I don't even have any words for how sad that is. It's just anybody that's not some diehard Xbot drone looks at that and goes, wow, that's pretty fucking sad that you're happy about that. Okay? Next, we had the Uncharted 4 downgrade thing. Oh, Xbox fanboys were jumping up for joy when they saw that Uncharted 4's gameplay allegedly didn't look as good as the one that was shown at PlayStation Experience, to fill you in. Wasn't quite as on par as it was at the E3 showing. Well, the problem with that is that the E3 showing was like a 60-second teaser that all they said was using the in-game engine. That's it. They didn't say that this is exactly what the finished game is going to look like. They never said anything like that. It was just a teaser to whet your appetite. It was mostly, it was a cutscene. It started out zoomed all the way in on Drake's face in very low moonlit, high contrast lighting, and then pulls out and there's dialogue and in the background, and that's all we saw. It was to just give you an idea. Okay? It wasn't like, for instance, Watch Dogs, which we saw all that gameplay in 2012 and it looked amazing, right? And then when we saw gameplay in late 2013, early 2014, it didn't look anything like what that gameplay looked like. No, it wasn't remotely comparable to that. But that doesn't stop these Xbots from going, downgrade, downgrade, downgrade. Yet Halo 5 has a trailer that looks amazing, and there were Xbox fanboys going, look at this, it looks awesome. And even people like Dr. Trey had to point out, guys, you know that's CGI, right? And then when the Xbox One beta for Halo 5 multiplayer comes out, and it doesn't look anything like that initial trailer, you guys don't say a fucking thing. You don't say a word. You go silent. But Uncharted 4 was downgraded? The best part of it is even people like Icy Rhythms, who's a PC guy, who really is into, visuals and pixels and resolutions and all that kind of stuff, even he was looking at the Uncharted gameplay from PSX and going, I don't see a downgrade. That gameplay looks stunning, and that game is still in its alpha stage. But you guys love to point out anything. You're desperate. You just have to grasp at straws, okay? The best part is there are legitimate things you can criticize about the PS4, absolutely. Uncharted 4 being downgraded ain't fucking one of them, okay? Now let's move on to the Halo Master Chief Collection hypocrisy. Drive Club comes out, and Xbox fanboys are laughing their asses off at how the servers aren't working, it's broken, blah, 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 at launch. And guess what? I pointed that out too. I raged about how in the condition Drive Club was in at launch. It's come a long way since then. It's actually a pretty damn good game now. But at launch, it was fucked. And oh my God, Xbox fanboys wouldn't let PlayStation fans hear the end of it. But the Master Chief Collection comes out, a bunch of old games put out in a remastered collection. And it's a broken pile of shit. You can't even get into a game online, or you're getting booted out of games. Hell, I heard even the campaigns were fucked up for a little while. And these Xbots, silence. Silence. You don't hear a fucking thing. Anchorman pointed it out. He had the balls to come out and say, hey, the Master Chief Collection is fucked up. And he got a shit ton of hate for that. Okay? You guys are sad and pathetic. And lastly is, sales don't matter. For month on end, sales don't matter. Sales don't matter. PS4 is kicking the shit out of the Xbox One in sales. Sales don't matter. Sales don't matter. Sales don't matter. Sales don't matter. November comes along and Microsoft drops the price of the Xbox One again. A console that less than a year ago was $500. They drop it to $349, include 2 games, and then they have Black Friday deals for, well, actually not just on Black Friday, but for 3 days, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where it was $329. And at Walmart, Target, Best Buy, they were offering $50 gift cards. In addition to that, it finally outsells the PS4 in the U.S. only, I might add, which to a lot of these Xbox is all that matters, because America, yeah, who cares about them foreigners, right? Yeah, brilliant. Okay, but fine, it outsells the PS4. It's probably going to do the same in December, by the way. So 2 months, all of a sudden these guys, fucking sales, oh, the Xbox One's on top, yeah, take that PS4, and dancing a fucking jig over this. I've been seeing it in the comments, seeing videos about it. I mean, just people just happier than a pig in shit, jerking off in front of their computers, looking at VG charts. And whenever VG charts shows that the Xbox One was ahead of the PS4, oh, that VG charts is totally accurate. But when the global sales show the PS4 is still curb stomping the Xbox One in global sales, VG charts isn't accurate. I would agree, actually, VG charts isn't accurate. But the point is, you guys just pick and choose when you want to say it's accurate. Xbox fanboys, not Xbox fans, but Xbox fanboys are some of the most pathetic fanboys on this website. I will criticize Sony whenever I see something to criticize. Like I said, I don't have any allegiance to a corporation. All right? The PS4, to me, is easily the default go-to console for this generation. Okay? Down the road, I may revisit purchasing an Xbox One when they come out with like a slim model and when a new Gears of War game comes out. Those are my 2 prerequisites. Before that, I don't give a fuck. Okay? I really don't. There ain't nothing on that console I care about right now, and there's too many things wrong with it for me to have it in my house. I just don't care. All right, but that's me. If you like the Xbox One and you're having fun with it, nothing wrong with that. That's great. But this damage control, these pathetic excuses that you guys make, just make me laugh, but also make me feel a little bit sorry for you. And but it makes me feel good at the end because I feel like, wow, my life must be so much better than yours at the fact that you guys have to do this kind of damage control for a corporation that you're not being paid by, that doesn't care about you at all. By the way, I know Sony doesn't care about me at all either, okay? I don't give a shit. I don't have an allegiance to any one of these companies. I buy what seems to be the best product, and when I see companies like Microsoft drop the ball as bad as they did with the Xbox One, I call them out on it, period. Okay? The hard drive situation is pathetic with the Xbox One. The fact that you can't easily upgrade that hard drive like you could the Xbox 360 is sad, and you guys know it's sad. That's what's so pathetic, is you know it, but you deny it. Okay? So that's all, guys. If you're new to my channel and you stuck around this long, good for you. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And like I said, any dumbasses, you're going to be deleted and banned. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.